Do you know the theory of how our geography could impact the grammatical gender of our languages? It might seem a bit bizarre, especially for those who already speak a gendered language, but there is a theory that where we live has a big impact on our perception of certain objects. But before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about what grammatical gender is. Languages use grammatical gender to classify words into different subgroups, and every single word is in one of these subgroups. For example, the Spanish word for car, auto, has the masculine gender, while the word for table, mesa, has the feminine gender. Now, this is where the theory comes in. Here's a map of the gender of the sun in different languages, and here's the map of the gender of the moon in different languages. I've also included the neuter and masculine together since the neuter basically evolved from masculine, and I've split the common gender in Danish and Swedish back to masculine and feminine. Do you see the difference? Most languages that identify the sun as being feminine are in the north, while most languages that identify it as being masculine are in the south. However, when you switch to the moon, the north suddenly switches to masculine and the south suddenly becomes feminine. And here's where the theory comes in. Supposedly, the south experienced much more hot weather due to its geographical location, hence the night provided a sort of cooling respite for the people. Meanwhile, the north experienced much more freezing temperatures, so the daytime was a way for people to escape the bitter cold. And so, based on how the day and night were like for the people of Europe, they internalized the two differently. The nighttime, which was much more preferred in the south, became feminine, while the daytime, which was much more preferred in the north, became feminine. And because of this, the south saw the deity of the sun as being a sun god, while the north saw the deity of the sun as a sun goddess. And since the sun god and sun goddess represent the sun, why not just make the sun the corresponding gender as well? And same for the moon. This is a fascinating case of how geographical features can affect the attitude and the way in which people view things thousands and thousands of years ago. Except there are some problems with this theory. For one, the grammatical gender of a lot of languages are correspondent to the ancestor language. Polish and Serbian, for example, share the same gender despite Polish clearly being in the north because the Proto-Slavic word for the sun, solnice, is neuter as well. And two, there are plenty of exceptions in which languages don't change the gender of the sun or the moon at all. So, is this theory likely? Not really, but I think it's still an interesting theory of how grammatical gender might have carried much more meaning than we originally thought.